Yes, I see. Hardly worth mentioning you, but if the reports don't match up, I'll be in trouble. Oh, more noise in the data. Whew! The possibilities! You consider this gaudy farce a special attack? I confess even I will be easily dispatched this way, and considering the difference in strength between us, it does seem a wise course of action, but please reconsider. I would have to walk back, which is less than desirable. This is a subjective opinion, of course, but I would say this is not bad. Not good, per se. In fact, your aesthetic sense is evolutionarily redundant. No, I can be certain of nothing in this world. Too many variables to solve the equations. This must be hell! A logical system of restraints. Not as realistic as my dreams. Flawless. Your best isn't good, it's not even okay. Are you trying to corrupt me? Ah, another obstacle. Let me wake you up from this dream. Show me your past, that oh-so-tragic past of yours. Well, I think that marks the conclusion of our little tete-a-tete. I'm a little afraid that if we kept going, I might well break you. So exit stage right then, if you please. You're hardly a match for, well, my glasses, let's say. Perhaps this is a blessing? Revenge always leads to disappointment, so I can't really say I recommend it. I'm sorry, really I am. I didn't mean to single you out or anything. All humans are equals after all. Each one of us a beautiful and unique snowflake, just like all the others. You only happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you've paid for that mistake. But I'm afraid I must ask you to leave the stage now. You're finished. Goodbye. Someday all fiction and deficiency will be under my control. I will have you removed from that perfect world. How satisfying, all according to plan with no deviation outside our expectations. Predictability is so reassuring. Whew! How shocking! Good test for the bed, I suppose. How could I fall asleep in a dream? What? Not that I'm worried, but how would you classify the power of this device? Certainly ordinary wouldn't be appropriate, but I recommend toning it down to tasteful sitcom for the sake of your younger viewers. Your definition of beauty is troublesome. It seems to derive from consensus, and I can say with certainty that the majority of subjects would reject this look. If explication is evil, then humanity is evil. Well, I cannot escape. A phenomenon my brain cannot grasp, that is unrealistic. Such symmetry. You're only hurting yourself here. You can't replace Delilah. You don't know what I can do you? A wise decision. You've already made the mistake that will cost you. Do you know the odds of a magic ship just falling from the sky for no reason? About 0.0000001%, but really those odds don't mean anything, especially to you. The only odds that matter are life and death, and they're about 50-50, so congratulations, you survived. You beat the odds, barely. If getting up after a fall and trying again was really all it took to win, then we'd all be winners, wouldn't we? All that hard work and no results, you must be feeling awful, perhaps wondering where it all went wrong or why you're such a failure. I blame myself, I really do. I should have explained how powerful I am. My apologies. Anyone who defies prediction is an unknown, which causes anxiety and fear. Fortunately, you're very predictable. Whew! You're using live rounds! Okay, fine. Have the spotlight. What a nice nap, huh? Excuse me, where am I going? Some people enjoy spontaneity, but I prefer a more controlled existence, and I'd like to begin planning my return trip. So kawaii! I must savor this, document it. Yes, from the right side, adjust to a 66.6-degree angle of inclination, and snap! 3.14159265358979322384626433832795028841971. I'm used to this, see, my bed? What is this? Am I dreaming? Like clockwork. You're leaving this to chance. Damn witch, you cannot take my heart from me. I'm here to show you a beautiful nightmare. You can't put a price on a dream. The deepest parts of your psyche. We talk about survival of the fittest a lot, but all that really means is the skilled live and the unskilled die. Since you're clearly in that second group, maybe pick your fights a bit more carefully. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's never going to matter how much you want it when you're up against someone who can kill you with a sneeze. Saying you'll win next time is a courageous sentiment, but you're in my dream, and I don't really see that happening. Don't bemoan your lack of skill when you could try cursing fate for saddling you with such a miserable existence. Then again, I suppose that would have about as much effect. None, to be specific. You returned from the backyard alive, and it seems you can sense some of my abilities. I need to finish my work before that becomes a threat. The existence of your friends and family does not give you strength. Let me ask you this. Did you lose because they weren't enough? Sounds like an excuse to me. I do not understand humans who are motivated by love. A person is born, lives for a number of years, and interacts with up to 8 billion people. What proof is there of something they can't even define? Being unable to follow something with one's eye and being unable to see that thing are not equivalent states. So long as I can verify a thing's existence, I can catch it. Ah, Conclave, you've really left a mess. I understand the minute details of your plan may not need to be carried out to the letter, but letting Zato run free is just sloppy. I'll have to dispose of him next. I might not look it, but I'm a government official as well. We're both only part of a much larger picture, so why don't we move past flaunting our loyalty and dedication? He hasn't noticed, but he's reacting to my actions. If this is some sort of elevated mental state that bypasses high-level processing, I'll need to revise my theory again. Interesting. Difficult to comprehend, but that's not the same as incomprehensible, which is good, because that would pave the way for chaos, which I find very distasteful. Yes, avoidance is the best future strategy. Fast, long range, but I could never be defeated by someone who's so specialized, it doesn't matter how good you are at it. I'd have explained that before we started, but you're not very good at comprehension, are you? You want to gather as much information as you can, then sort through that to gain insight. If you aren't looking, then you're not seeing, and you're not getting all the information you can. I have a difficult time understanding the motivation of something with a goal they don't pursue. If you've decided to take the outsider role, could you please stop interfering in human affairs? We haven't been able to determine your true form. I don't particularly care about what makes you special, but if you don't have a script, I must ask you to kindly exit the stage. A shame. If you really were anything akin to me, perhaps we could have become friends. Then again, you would need an IQ of more than 200 to meet the minimum criteria. Don't worry, I have everything under control. Forget your doubts and let yourself lose. An intriguing concept, in a sense. In many ways, it seems to be used to define an acceptable level of harm, in the sense that some of a child's behavior can be protected by an innocence defense, but eventually a threshold is reached after which they are judged as harshly as any other. Oh, I don't expect you to understand. The only way to avoid harm is to remove the thing that creates it, after all. If a difference in freedom is considered inequality, then equality can only exist in the absence of freedom. What you choose is up to you, of course, but sentiment alone won't be able to create any sort of meaningful change. Perhaps it can soothe your anxiety, but little else, until everything is reduced to absolution. Countries, cities, nothing more than arbitrary lines that separate high consciousness. The world is prevented from acting as a single unit because countries are territorial with too much concern for their own history. People care more about their past and their dirt than they care about other humans. You could even say kings and queens are the most selfish of all, so why don't you climb down off that throne, Guilty Gear Xrd Arcade versus MOM Tutorial Challenge Mission, Training, Story, Library, Replay Theater, Gallery, Digital Figures, Lobby, Player Match, Ranked Match, Sparring, Link. The duel is such a primitive way to settle an argument, yet still it fascinates. Even if a given fight has little to no impact on history, it still seems like a more interesting attempt to alter one's fate than simply standing around waiting for life to happen. Time is the only absolute constant, and I fear even I cannot control it. I'd love to respect your careful planning and decision-making, but nothing irritates me more than watching someone waste their time on a task they never complete. To live without regrets, it is imperative to quickly arrive at the ideal, most constructive decision for that particular moment and then translate that into action. Most humans, however, waste a great deal of time getting to that point, which leaves little time for anything else. Of course, some prefer the pursuit to its conclusion, but it's safe to say that when their results are compared to those who prioritize the result, they fare, shall we say, not as well. Therefore, I suggest using the small amount of time remaining to you to quickly analyze and decide, thereby maximizing your happiness and minimizing your regrets. How irregular. Oh, me? Inefficient planner. The unfortunate child. We can never be friends. This one is dangerous. Idealist. Not even worth my time. May I believe? The money you spend on shampoo could likely pay another person's rent. Workaholic. Ramlethal. King Jr. Outsider. The flame of corruption. Dependent. Guinea pig. Arena. Babylon in 5 years. Colony. Downtown. Dragonica Falls. Fifth Skywalk. Japan. Edinburgh Magicopolis. Mayship 2. Neo New York. Nightmare Theater. Opera House. Royal Court. Central Organ Tower. Villa Vampire. Zep Center Arsenal. Me. Versus Axel. Chip. Elfelt. Faust. Eno. Kai. Leo. May. Melia. Potemkin. Ramlethal. Sin. Slayer. Soul. Venom. Zato. Time for a delightful paradox. A successful example. Oh? Remain calm. Wonderful. Yes, yes. Very good. A fatal flaw. You have potential. Do not give up. One step at a time. You're quite capable. You've adapted already. Impressive. I praise your ability to effect meaningful personal growth and change. An intruder, foolish of them. It would appear we have a guest. Remain calm. Yes, that's good. I expect a full report when you're done. Let's try not to be too dejected, shall we? You've become more famous. An impressive feat. May the odds be in your favor. Duel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, the final crossroads. Yearn for it. Confront. Collide. Battle. Seek the truth. Your burst is full. Ah, wonderful. Let's increase the efficiency, shall we? Romantic. Romantic. Romantic! Not bad. Counter. 3, 2, 1, revolt! Mortal counter. Seek the opponent, not defeat. Hellfire. Hell yes! The end. Destroy. I see you are risk-averse. Perfect score. How dull. Life waits for no one. Quite excellent. Straight. Equilibrium. Full of regret. I think another challenge would do you well. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Well, time to restore your energy.